public service announcement. I need all my Titan fans to come on down. Grab you some popcorn, grab you a drink. Titans Colosseum in the building. Yeah, not, boy, I'm in the game. Still ballin' out, never change. I be rapping my hometown for the whole city, really knew my name. Boss talk, I don't do favors. Yeah, we signing deals with the top players. We just started this lifestyle. We be having all kind of haters. I'm a madman, they better come get me. Wanna box me in, but I'm too shifty. If they come at me sideways, I'ma stiff on me like Derrick Henry. Now listen, we're not the same. EA Sports, boy, I'm in the game. I be rapping my city, dog. Got a Titan logo hanging on the chain. Big money, big moves. New stadium on the way. Nashville, we hold it down. We the one team that you don't wanna play. They be trying to talk down on us. I just laugh at them and I walk away. I don't tolerate disrespect. Might shoot a fade, penny hard away. Big money, big moves. New stadium on the way. Nashville, we hold it down. We the one team that you don't wanna play. We be putting in the hard work, so we coming in with all kind of skill. I be living in the end zone. My finger roll like Tannehill. What's poppin'? Yes, sir, baby. Welcome to the Tennessee Titans Coliseum, man. You know what time it is, man. It's your boy RJ in the building. Yeah, my other brother, I'm gonna call you Marako, Firestone in the building, man. Firestone's out today, man. He's at a WrestleMania, and he's he watched people get flipped. This one right now. So.
Yeah, Marako out there. He called us, showed us he out there sitting, got some good seats, got the belt with him, enjoying his life out there at the WWE event. So man, enjoy yourself. But we gonna hold down the fort tonight for him.
Yeah, most definitely. So how you feeling about that game on Sunday, Firestone?
Man, I'm feeling pretty good. Anytime we get a win, it's good, right? But man, it's just it's hard to be too excited about it because I know what the rest of the season is holding and how we've been playing up until this point. But I'm trying to be in the moment and be happy for now because I don't know when the next one of these is going to come.
Yeah, I just got to take it for what it is. I mean, we played a bad football team and we beat them, and I just look at it from that standpoint, man. I just gotta take the W's when they come and just. Hold on to for dear life, man. Because I just know, man, we finna start losing some more. But we'll see, though. I mean, we got the coach this week, man, and hopefully, man, a couple things get fixed. Maybe we might still win at home. You never know. So.
Yeah, hey, we undefeated at home this year, and the majority of our games left on the schedule is at home. So there's some optimism for you in there.
Yeah. If you like I said, if you in the building, man, like, subscribe, comment. You know what time it is. Titans Coliseum. We gonna bring your comment up. Make sure if you're not subscribed in with Facebook, man, because we don't want you popping up with Facebook users. We want to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you. It should be a link up top that should say StreamYard.Facebook. Go to that. You know what I'm saying, and you're gonna be able to see your name on the bottom. So Firestone View could go ahead and give us our sponsor for this show.
Absolutely. Today's show is brought to you by Lions Den Beard Collection. They have the luxurious products for all your beard oils and treatment that you need. They have Black Friday sales going on. Check them out before they leave. They will be leaving soon. But on top of that, use promo code Colosseum. Get 25% off your order. They do now have dropping their Lioness collection as well. So they have lip gloss for the ladies right now and more to come as well. So check that out. Go to lionsdenbeardcollection.com.
Yeah. Okay, man. You want that fresh beard, man? Make sure Lions Den Beard Collection, man. That is the place you need to go, man. So we can go ahead and get started on this game, man. So what are your takeaways from that, Firestone, man? There's a lot of stuff that happened in that football game.
Yes. So, all right. First off, I was already frustrated with the game because the streaming place that I used to watch the games because I'm out here in Oklahoma kept crashing and kept messing up for the first half. So I missed quite a bit of it. But what I did get to see is it was exciting to see. Will Lev showed some bright spots, showed like that we could have some faith in actually, okay, we might be taking the right steps in the right direction. There's still things need to work on, but that's any rookie QB. But I saw a lot more things that gave me hope than that gave me concern in those moments. Offensive line looked a lot better that game. I noticed that he wasn't under pressure as much. Didn't seem like he was getting hit after every damn throw. So that was looking a little bit better. I really want to know what your takes are on Duncan because, like I said, I didn't get to watch too much of it. I know for me, I've seen some spotty some things, but majority of the game looked like he was pretty decent though.
Well, I'll say this though, he better than Andre Dillard and Daly, because man, I ain't gonna lie, he had a couple good plays on Brian Burns. So I was at the game, man, and it was a good little environment. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things was going on. The crowd, the Titan fans were hype. You know what I'm saying? It was a good environment. But yeah, watching Jalen Duncan, man, that was one thing that my eye was on for most of the game. I'm starting to watch the offensive line a lot more now because of what we've been watching this whole season. But Jalen Duncan, I give him, he was solid, man. I give him a B. There were times where we ran to his side on the left side, and he pushed, he pushed people around, this, that, and the other. There were times where, like on that one play where Will Levis threw the floater up the cheek, man. I mean, he completely missed Brian Burns right there, man. He had a Dillard moment, and you see Will Levis got hit, man. But so far, I think I give him a B. You know what I'm saying? He's better than what we've seen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that was the only pressure too, and the only hit he gave up the entire game was that one where, like, yeah, it was like, man, he ran straight right by him. He got beat off the edge. It looked bad, but like you said, he is rookie. He was a 6th rounder too.
Yeah.
If that's the only run pass we have of him, bro, we have more than that in one drive by Dillard, and so I'm fine with that. It looks like he can improve. I'm not sold that we don't need to go get a left tackle in the draft next year yet. But I am sold that he better start against the Colts at left tackle, and we're gonna see how that actually works out because it definitely looked a lot better. It looked like Will was a lot more comfortable in that situation. And I just feel like we do got so many players that have been here so long and played with this system and been around Vrabel so long. I think they have got subconsciously like comfortable in where they at. Rather, when we get some rookies in here that actually feel like they got something to prove, that they actually want to earn something, they come out here and they play with some heart. And I also saw Wes Wisely put out there that when the huddle was broken down yesterday before the game and everything, it was Will Levis that led it. It wasn't Jeffrey Simmons or any of the other guys. It was Will Levis, and he was talking about, it's like, I see a bunch of dogs out here. I see some guys with some heart. Let's go out here and play with some heart. And they kind of look like, some of them players came out there looking like they had some heart. Tajay was looking better yesterday until he got that hit. Will Levis left him out there to dry. He put a little bit too much on that, left him out there to dry, and he got laid out.
Yeah. Man, that was one thing that I was really impressed with Will Levis. It feels like he has a voice in the locker room, the voice on this football team, man. And he's stepping up to the front, man. You know what I'm saying? He's like, wherever this team goes, wherever I go is where this team goes, and that's what I've been wanting. No offense, man. This is what I've been wanting from Ryan Tannehill for so long, bro. That's why he keeps messing up in the playoffs, man, because he's not the guy. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like Will Levis, man, he's showing you that when the game is on the line, man, because even in that 2-minute situation, man, that 2-minute drive, man, it's like he took command, bro. You know what I'm saying? He made the throws that was needed to be made, and we got us in field goal range, went up 17-10. So I mean 17-3, excuse me. They wound up getting a touchdown in the second half. But man, when I seen that he was the guy that was leading the charge, man, and not Jig Jeff, I say, yeah, man, I said for once, man, we have a quarterback since McNair that's leading. You know what I'm saying? That's a guy that's hyping everybody up, man, and I like that I like that leadership.
Yeah, like I still think Tannehill was a leader. I just think he was a different leader. Like Will Levis seems to be more like confident in himself, outspoken, strong horse type of, and strong voice, where Tannehill's more like, the father figure type of guy that comes in and says some things, a little different. But no, I agree though. That's the type of leader we've been needing around here. And it was great to see too, because Will Levis, man, we knew he had such a strong arm, but it's nice to see that he has some touch. That's usually the one thing that don't come with strong arm QBs, is they don't know how to have that touch. And even though he did leave like Tajay a little high and dry on that touch throw, that was a beautiful touch throw though. And take a little off, but it's still up in the air, had the touch, came down perfectly and all that stuff. So, man, Will Levis is looking a lot nicer than we was giving him credit for at the beginning of the draft, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I have to just admit it, man. I looked at him with volunteer glasses, bro. I did, bro. I didn't really watch too much of his game, man. I'm gonna be 100% real with myself. I had to just sit and I was like, man, everybody keep calling you. I say you didn't want him. I'm like, in all reality, I really didn't look at him like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really the only time I saw him was when he played Tennessee, and the first game when he played a good game, but the second game was absolutely horrible. But I had to remember that Tennessee they got more talent than Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? He's getting overpowered. You know what I'm saying? So outmatched. So I just look at it like this, man. I'm happy that we have Will Levis. I'm glad that Rand Carthon didn't listen to me, man. And so far, man, this draft look good. It's a damn good draft, bro. Even Josh Wiley making plays, man. Josh Wiley's making plays. Tajay Spears looks good. The Peter Skoronski was the second highest graded offensive lineman. And you know what I'm saying? For this week, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is a rookie. You know, then you got Jalen Duncan who's playing on the left side. Like, it's just, I mean, I love this GM, man.
Hey, and ain't Chris Dow the 7th rounder we got too from Rand, and ain't he on special teams? Ain't he the guy that came in and laid that big ass hit on the kick return as well? So, bro, is Rand hitting on? Yeah, is Rand hitting on all cylinders or what?
Man, I mean, it's like he really watches film. He knows what when he wants out of a player. Now he's not gonna go 100 for 100, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? These players ain't all gonna be stars, man. Like, and then I'm not expecting that from no GM is that perfect. You get what I'm saying? He's gonna mess up at some point in time. Like, he messed up with Andre Dillard, in my opinion. Even Howie Rose's messed up. I mean, Howie Rosen drafted Derek Barnett in the first round, and you see he just got cut, and he's on the Texans now. You know, like, people make mistakes, man. But I look at it like this, though. Moving forward, man, I feel more confident in our draft picks than I did with John Robinson. You know, John Robinson, he just took too many chances. And it's like, we don't need to take no chance. We got a Super Bowl window. You know what I'm saying? So he wasn't maximizing it.
No, I completely agree. But yeah, this is as a GM, like, yeah, we don't expect them all to be stars, but we expect at least if you make picks, at least come and contribute, and that's at least what this draft class is doing right now. When you may have not been contributing from the get go or from the jump or from the start, you know, but hey, when we called your number that we need you to step up and contribute, god damn it, if y'all ain't stepped up and contributed when we needed to, and that's exactly what we need. When we're calling upon players, we just need them to show up and step up. And that's what this draft class has done. That's a draft class we haven't seen in a while do either. But to this game too, I wanted to ask you your thoughts too, man. What did you think about Frank Reich getting fired after another Tennessee Titans loss?
Yeah, man, it seemed like when he lose to the Titans, man, he get fired. we the second time we done got this man fired. But I look at he was gonna get fired at the end of the season anyways. But that game he called against us was egregious, man. Like, you can't even sit there alive, man. Like, I mean, he called a screen pass on 4th down. Like, that was horrible, you know. And Frank Reich, man, I mean, I think from here on out, man, he needs to just be an offensive coordinator, man. Just focus on one side of the ball, man. You're not a guy that can control a whole team, man. Just leave that to the young guys, man. You need to focus on being an OC. I think he is a really, really good OC. He's just not a good head coach, man. It's the same way we feel about Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith, to me, is just not a good head coach, but a good OC. You get what I'm saying? So, I love to have him back in Tennessee.
I know, or at least it feels like to me after looking at it, it feels like almost like the same thing with the John Robinson fire. Like, when it finally happens, like, all right, we let you draft the young QB this year. We got the worst record in the league. How many other QBs have they played? Haven't they played, Texans? Haven't they played the Colts as well? And they got whooped by them and those rookie QBs. Mm-hmm. Now you're telling me the second rounder, the guy these people took in the second round, is outperforming our second overall pick? Nah, bro, you got to go, bro. How many more rookie QBs is going to outperform your rookie QB that you picked over all these other rookie QBs? So I think for them, that was like one of the final straws.
In Frank Reich defense, though, he did want C.J. Stroud. That was his guy. Remember when he was going through that whole process here, when they traded to that number 1 pick, Frank Reich came out and said, I wanted C.J. Stroud. Even though he probably would have still ruined them. But still, though, he wanted C.J., you know.
See, that's why I'm like, nah, he, don't come back to the sea. We good. He can go wherever the hell else. I don't want another QB ruined, bro. I'm ready to see a QB get developed and us take it forward, man. Because Will Levis is giving some spark and giving some optimism that I didn't think we was gonna have this year, especially towards the tail end of the year. If we can get this O-line acting right, Will Levis can be protected, make these throws tune up a few things, bro. We lost some hope in this season, but we playing a bunch of home games. We playing a bunch of division rivals towards the end of the season. We could be in an opportunistic window to still turn some things around and sneak in to do something. If not, we're going, bro. I guess where I'm at in this season is we're either going to be a top 5 pick or we're going to be in the playoffs. There just can't be any in between for us.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, we'll see what goes on after this Colts game, because if I feel like if we beat the Colts, we knocked them out the playoffs, and I just look at it from here on out, like, yeah, like what do we want to be? Do we want to be in the playoffs, or do we want to be a top 10 pick? You know what I'm saying? It's like I want the top 10 pick because we need talent, man. I don't want to go. That's the thing that I'm trying to get out of Titan fans' heads, bro. You don't want to go to the playoffs if you're not good enough to win it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, look what the Jaguars are doing. They're good enough to be the number 1 seed and all this other stuff, but we know they're not going to win it. We know they're not going to win it. They're going to go in there and they're going to screw up, and everybody going to laugh at them at the end. We're going to get our last laugh because they're not good enough to win the Super Bowl. Like, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that. That's AFC South stuff. You get what I'm saying? I want to think like the New England Patriots. I want to think like the Kansas City Chiefs, the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, when they get to the playoff, they win shit. You get what I'm saying?
So how about let me push back on this then. So what about though if we got a young team that we are trying to prepare for a Super Bowl? You don't want them to go in and get some playoff experience now, so when we do have the talent around them, when we do have the window, we will have some veterans with some playoff experience that knows how to get some of these other guys in line? No,
no.
Yeah, RJ said
I've
no.
done it before. We done did it with Mariota. We done did it with multiple quarterbacks. We done did it with Ryan Tannehill. Oh, we just gotta give them experience. Like, no, man. I'm trying to win. When we get in there, we winning. Exactly. You feel me? Like, I'm done with this mentality that we need to just get in there and just get put out the first round. Oh, well, we've been to the playoffs. Like, no, I'm not. No, I'm done. I'm done. The Eagles not thinking like that. 49ers not thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? The Chiefs ain't thinking like that. You think they was like, oh, well, Patrick Mahomes need to get the experience. Like, no, man. I'm done with that. When we get in there, I want to win. I want to compete for the Lombardi, bro. Like, I want people to think, okay, that is a contender. You know what I'm saying? I believe in that team, you know? So,
yeah.
That's how
I mean, as well, too, you know, you heard where Marvin Harrison Jr. said something about, you know, he might not come into the draft this year and this and that. I just think some people playing with that. I don't know if they're actually serious or not. You know, Caleb Williams said that, too. But I don't know. I mean, if that's a realistic possibility, too, where, you know, Marvin Harrison ain't going to come out this year, that would be great. We can definitely go O-line in the first round for damn sure. And it's not going to matter if we need a top 10 pick or not. So, I guess go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that, man. See, look, we could get the left tackle and then move Jalen Duncan to right tackle. You get what I'm saying? Like, Jalen Duncan play right tackle, so it's like, yeah, you can just move him all over the offensive line.
Bro, in all honesty, the way the Titans get hurt, you better not draft the offensive lineman if he can't play more than one position. Shit, we might need to move you around at some point.
Yeah. I think that Rand Carthon, he sees the problem with this team, man. He knows that he's not going to do anything. He's not going to be able to run this offense that he wants to run against any good team until he fixes this line of scrimmage, man. And I think that's what we're going to prioritize. And I know every Titan fan, come draft time, go look at every receiver and look at every this, that, and the other just for us to draft the old lineman in the first round, and they're going to get mad. Just kind of like how we was with Peter Skoronski. We was mad about that, but we wouldn't take into consideration how bad our offensive line was, man. And I think the Titans, like I said, Rand Carthon was ahead of the game before we even thought. So,
yeah. So I mean, that's how it is. It's like, I think I'm a typical Titans fan. Like, it seems like offensive line is the most position we take in the first round over any other position, and that's crazy to me. So I think it's just like we're tired of seeing all these other teams go get these exciting ass picks in the first round that everybody can be excited about, and it's a skill position and a game changer, and we're like, offensive lineman, yay, again. And it's like we're tired of that same thing. But at the same time,
nothing else works, though. Nothing is
correct
working in the first round outside of the offensive and defensive lineman. That's the only thing that works for the Titans. Like, you gotta like I say, keep drafting the O lineman, keep drafting D lineman in the first round, and then figure everything else out with the other picks. Because I mean, we hit on wide receiver in the second round. We done got AJ Brown in the second round. You know what I'm saying? We done got plenty of other good players in the second round. Derrick Henry we got in the second round. You know, Like
Yeah.
we need to just worry about them other positions, other skill players, and with the rest of the picks, man. Not first round. We just not good at picking in the first round when it comes to skill players, in my opinion.
But I just think like we got to get the offensive line solidified. We have to
Mhm.
before we can get skilled position players. As much as I want to have it because I know that that could be a game changer and put pieces around, we got to go get something young at offensive lineman because it's hard getting a good offensive lineman. And usually when teams get a good offensive lineman, they don't let that dude go until he's in his late 30s, and then you don't want him. So we got to go find our guys for the O line, and then we got to re-sign them and keep them around and don't let them go.
Yeah, I love to get the best left tackle in this draft, man, and use the rest of the money to either get skill position players or get fill up the rest of parts of this offensive line. And I mean, but people act like you can't find good players in the second and third round, and then we got multiple fifth and sixth round picks. You see what Rand Carthon does in the later rounds, man, and we have a lot of those picks. And I just know he's looking at it like this, like I'm gonna do my homework. He want Like I said, I like the mindset that he's coming with, man, because he want to win a Lombardi. He want to win our first Lombardi. When I seen that first video of him, like I think they had like a Rand Carthon like interview in the beginning, and he was like, "Man, I came here to try to win this franchise's first Lombardi, man. That's what I came here to do, and that's the mindset that he's coming with, man. And I know, man, shit about to change, man. People don't see it now. They think that we just gonna stay sorry forever for some reason, man. But they're not looking at these young guys that are contributing on this team. They're gonna get better, So
Yeah, and I just know this offseason too, bruh. I don't know if you've been watching tape on Washington
mhm,
University, but they got one of the best O lines out there, bruh. Like,
mhm.
and I know that this has probably changed now with the past couple weeks, but I think it was like maybe 4 weeks ago because I ain't watched one of their games in a while because I've been studying this tight stuff. But I think it was like 4 weeks ago they had a game on. They was talking about they've only gave up 6 sacks in the past 2 seasons, only
Mm.
6.
This
The
is
whole
Washington.
offense, yeah, the whole offensive line, bro. So I'm like, hey, we either need to go get some of those offensive linemen, or B, we need to go hire that fucking offensive line coach. Fuck the
Yeah, man.
bullshit.
With the offensive line coach that we have now, he got to go, man. This
Yeah, he
is
does.
he got to go, man. This is like what I don't even know who he is. Like that lets you know that he garbage. I don't even care to look this man up. Like I know he's not gonna be on the team next year. So I just look at it like this, man. He need to go, and we need to do something about these DBs, man. These DBs ain't been good either, man. Like I said, my favorite guy out of this draft right now, man, is definitely Kamari Lassiter in the second round, man. If you watch
Yeah.
Georgia, man, Georgia played the Alabama this week, so watch Kamari Lassiter. I'm telling you, he is one of the best lockdown corners in the conference in the conference, man. I'm telling you, he locks shit the fuck down, and
Bruh.
he nice in the run game. Mm.
Bro, that's what we need because it don't seem like nobody knows how to tackle in that DB set. Nobody knows how to get off blocks, and nobody seems to lock anybody down ever, bro. There's I don't think there's a wide receiver trio on any NFL team where I'm like, yeah, our DB's got that. They shutting them down. They ain't about to get shit. There's not one at all. So we gotta figure out what Farley's gonna be moving forward. We gotta figure that out this offseason. And still prayers out to him and his family and everything, and especially with this back injury that he's dealing with as well. But we gotta figure that out because that's a lingering thing too. Because you ain't been on the field, but you've been collecting money from us. We need to figure something out that from a business standpoint. All that other
That boy
personal stuff
Cortland on this beat. What's
yeah,
good, Cortland?
all the other personal stuff is good, or we're sorry for it, but we got to figure out what we got to do. And if you're going to continue to move football, this is a lot of shit to deal with. This is almost like Vince Young days of all the shit that's piling on you that you got to deal with. But we got to figure out if we're going to hold on Christian Fulton. I think his 5th-year option is this year, I believe. So figure out if we're going to do that with him or if we're going to move on. Roger McCreary is looking nice. He's been looking
Yeah,
nice. That's been a positive. Christian Fulton had a few couple games, but then he went back to acting like Fulton last game.
he's just undisciplined, man. I'm tired of him, man. I'm ready for him to get off my roster, man. I can't wait for one of our division rivals to pick him up and think they got a good player, and just for us to tell him that he sucks. and and like, yeah, he said that he's a second. He was a second round pick, man. Like, bro, J Rod, man, he don't know how to draft, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he just don't know how to draft, man. I'm just glad he's gone, man. Yeah. We
Yeah.
can find better players from here on out, man. I'll just bro, just going back and looking at them J-Rob picks that he had, bro. And when we was going through the last show, man, and going through all them picks, bro, that shit was just sad to look at how many misses he had. Like how many people he
Bruh.
passed up.
Yeah, bro, and it's sickening. Just yeah, it is.
Did you know
So
that we picked Caleb Farley right before Christian Darrisaw got picked? So Christian, the left tackle for the Minnesota Vikings, bro. He's one of the best left tackles in the league. We could have had him on the team, bro.
because we had Taylor at the time.
But my thing is with J Rob, like, how do you not see that Taylor Wan is almost done, bro? You know, like, how do you not see that? Like, he couldn't stay healthy no more, man. He couldn't make it through a whole season. And you don't think we need to draft another left tackle, man? Like, he
Because
just
I
couldn't
think that was
draft.
before the ACLs and shit.
We
I
didn't
think
even
that
need Caleb Farley. Like Caleb Farley wasn't a need at that point in time, man. He just took a shot on a player and was like, "Yeah, man, he can run a 4.2." Like he didn't even care. He had back problems and
he
he
fast
wasn't.
as fuck.
We should have known he would trade. He wasn't even at the draft. This man, there was nobody near this man. There was nobody. This man was literally in the back, bro. They showed him in a room, bro, by himself because he had COVID. And like,
Oh shit.
you don't remember that when we drafted him? They literally showed him he was in that room by himself. They interviewed him. He's like, "Yeah, man. Oh yeah, I'm just ready to come out here and do my thing." Like,
No, I don't remember that one. No.
yes, bro. You got to see the day we drafted him, bro. Go back and look at the job, bro. He was literally in a room by himself, bro. He ain't had no family in there, nothing. They didn't even believe he was gonna get drafted that night.
Damn, bro. That's. Bro,
Then he drafted Isaiah Wilson, bro. Like, and we've been hurting ever since, bro.
bro, and there's the point to think like there was a time we had a first overall pick, and J. Rob traded that shit away, and we got Corey Davis with it. Like what did we? You see what all these other people got for first overall picks, and we didn't get nowhere near close to what these other motherfuckers was getting for first overall picks because that shit didn't last long for us to have draft capital, or if it did, he fucked that shit up quick because we ain't got no draft picks.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
Grant had to come in here and make them.
we finna a second round on Julio Jones just for him to go out and be trash. Julio is garbage, man. Well, I ain't gonna say he was garbage. He just was a waste of a pick, man. That was. Man. I'm just glad he's gone, man. I'm glad he gone, man. He was ruining us, bro. He was ruining us, man.
Yeah. Because I mean, no draft. Can't retain players. You're not winning in free agency, bro. The more we get away from the John Robinson days and we start to look back on it, we start to realize and have clearer vision that maybe J. Rob just wasn't it and was as bad as we thought. I mean, shit, even when we fired him, everybody came out and was like, why they fired J. Rob? He's a great GM, this and that. That shit went silent quick, didn't it? That shit went silent quick as fuck.
Yeah, remember they was roasting us when we got rid of him. They was like they were winning with him, blah blah blah. I'm like, man, that was Mike Vrabel. That's why we was winning, man. It had nothing to do with the John Robinson. He was clearly holding us back.
It made Vrabel's job harder than it needed to be with the type of talent and the players he brought in.
Yeah. You know, so
seemed like every time Vrabel liked the player, he traded him away and shit.
So anybody in the comments, man, how y'all feeling about Vrabel after this game? Because I mean, granted, I feel like we could have beat them by more points, man. But at the same time, we got the W. It's the NFL, man. There ain't nothing guaranteed in this league. But man, we could have blew them out, man. To be real.
Yeah, I feel like we should have, especially how the defense was playing at times. How Simmons was coming out there playing with a fire lit up underneath them. I just felt like it shouldn't have been as close as it was. It felt like if you just look at the score, I was like, damn, that was a really close game. But on the field, how the plays was going, it felt like it should have been more. It should have been better.
What was I about to say? Yeah, hey, that's another thing, man. So that Patriot Way stuff, bro. You seen that they exposed that today on ESPN? Because like I seen like Booger McFarlane or somebody, I can't remember who it was, but he basically said, man, Tom Brady was the only reason why Bill Belichick is Bill Belichick. And I was like, dang, bro, they going in on him, man. It was like, as you see that Patriot Way stuff don't work, man. They said they basically said that the Shanahan tree is really what we think the Belichick tree is. And I ain't gonna lie, he making sense though, because everybody that's left that Shanahan tree has been successful, man. It's the darn Patriot, that Belichick shit, bro. That shit do not work, bro. If you look at it, I mean, Vrabel's probably the only person that's came from the Belichick. And he's not really even a Belichick. He's not even a Belichick coach. He just played under Belichick. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
But
Yeah.
they basically said Lawrence Taylor and Tom Brady are the only reason why Belichick is who he is today. And I ain't gonna lie, that's tough.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of looking like it really, because that Patriot way didn't work, and it's not fun. And maybe Tom did make things fun. You know, we look back on it. Tom did hold a lot of private practices with his offense and his wide receivers at time, and he probably did make it fun in those moments. So it was worth it because it's like having the shit job, but you got the vacation every once in a while, and the vacation was really nice, and that's probably what it was like to them. But no, this Belichick tree, everybody that leaves from Coach Belichick, they don't succeed, so they return back. And this Kyle Shanahan tree, bro, Mike McDaniels was a ball boy, a fucking ball boy, bro.
Yeah,
and look at he's one of the greatest offensive coordinators. Yes.
Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay. You got what was the other one that was at Washington that time, man? That whole room was nice. Like,
yeah, bro. It's a great tree. So that's why I'm kind of happy that Rand is coming, because technically, you know, hey, Rand is underneath that Kyle Shanahan tree a little bit. He's been there seeing how he likes players, how to go find those types of players. So he's known because the GMs had to tell him. So he's kind of under that Kyle Shanahan tree, even though he's not a coach. So that's why I'm kind of hoping Rand come over here. All right, now we start pulling in some of these guys from Kyle Shanahan coaching tree. Come help us offensive coordinator. Come help us offensive line.
I forgot about Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
Robert Saleh is another one. You know, Mike McDaniel. I'm looking at it right now. Mike LaFleur. You remember LaFleur was our OC for a good little minute.
For
DeMeco
1 year.
Ryan. DeMeco Ryans too, man. Don't forget about him.
Bro, a great coaching tree, and they understand football. They don't understand what makes that team tick and what makes that team work. They understand football. They can make any team work.
Our OC was I ain't gonna lie. Our OC didn't call a very good game. Kim Kelly didn't really have a good second half. The first half was pretty good. The second half, it could have been a lot better. Did same football.
He over there squatting on the sidelines. He might need to go to the damn box and call a game. You never know.
Yeah, right now I'm kind of on the fence. Like I said, he's still in my doghouse, man. I would like to see this team a little bit more competitive. You know what I'm saying, against a top team. I ain't gonna say top teams, but like against better teams. Like, we shouldn't have got our ass whooped like that against Tampa Bay, bro. I'm sorry. That game I felt like Tampa Bay ain't that much better than us. Like, you know, and I just look at it like this though, man. It's just a bad season, man. And you just want to look at it as that, man. And we 4-13 now. So.
Oh man. So all right, so that's a serious question I have, and this goes to the comment section too for y'all. All right. If Falcons do fire Arthur Smith and Tim Kelly doesn't, Tim Kelly keeps performing the same way he's been performing all year, would you want us to, fire or demote Tim Kelly to another position and then bring in Arthur Smith back at offensive coordinator?
If Arthur Smith becomes available, man, I say just let Tim Kelly go, bro. He ain't it. I don't think he is, man. I'll just be real. And Angela says, are we totally sure on Levis? I mean, what would he look like if he had a better line? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he'd be decent, if he had a better line, and especially with the weapons we got.
Yeah, and on Levis, I'm not totally sure about him, but I know that I'm sure about he's the guy we should be moving forward with, and we don't need to draft the QB next year. That's what I'm sure of. Now, if he's going to be the franchise guys for year to come, no, but I am sure of that he puts us in a better position than Malik does and Ryan Tannehill does, and I don't see us being in a position to draft anybody better than him this year, and we need to at least give him another chance next year with a better offensive line.
Yes, it's the offensive mindset of that tree. That's what the league is at. Well, all of them are offensive minded. Like Robert Saleh and DeMeco Ryans are both defensive minded coaches, but they know that Shanahan offense. You know what I'm saying? So they can adapt. You get what I'm saying? So hopefully, Rand is building us a Shanahan like team. If you want to look at it, I mean, play action, run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Play action, and that's very West Coast Shanahan like. You know,
Because that's my point. That's why I say like Shanahan teaches them actual football, not just what makes the 49ers work. What makes football work? How do you strategically move these chess pieces on this game board we call a football field? Because like
so
whether they're defense or offense, they go off and they do well.
So, Cortland, I've said this on the show before about Frank Reich being our OC, and I was like, I wouldn't be mad at it. And I think that was during when we was looking for an OC with Tim during the Tim before we hired Tim Kelly. And I was like, man, I would take Frank Reich as an OC because he's a good OC. You know what I'm saying? But when the days in Philly, man, he used to light people up, but he's just not a good head coach. You know, so.
But that's the thing. I don't know if Frank Wright is a good OC or if that Eagles team in that situation was just a good fit at that time for him. That's kind of the hard things with coaching. You don't know what's a good, talented team for that coaching's ability and who's actually a good coach. Because if you're a good coach, you can continue to do that with other teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody's saying hard to
And the only reason why I asked about like demoting Tim Kelly is because like you said, offensive coordinator turns around a lot for us. So if Arthur Smith does want to go back out and try head coaching again, at least you got Tim Kelly learning from Arthur Smith now and what Arthur Smith's been doing. And now when Arthur Smith steps away, Tim has gotten some more coaching, teaching, seeing how somebody else runs it and how they run it effectively and properly. And maybe that'll be another step forward. Or do we just let Tim go completely?
See, I don't know, man. I just don't think Tim Kelly's doing as bad of a job to get fired. I just don't think he's good enough for us to win anything. You know what I'm saying? So he's kind of in the middle, bro. Like he isn't tied down in bad, but he isn't Arthur Smith good. You get what I'm saying? Like,
so he's not bad enough to lose his job, but he's not good enough to keep it neither.
And I feel like that's what Vrabel likes. He don't want you to be too great because then you're gonna be a head coach somewhere. But if you just average enough, you can keep my job and just, you know what I'm saying, we might win some, you know. Yeah, I look at it like this. I think I said something earlier about with Vrabel, with it since he's a defensive minded coach. I just feel like that he needs to go after somebody like Frank Reich, who nobody wants as a head coach. And at least if Frank Reich is dialing shit up, you know what I'm saying? You got to go after a guy that nobody wants as offensive coordinator. I mean, as a head coach, as a head coach, and that's where he needs to do. You know,
that's a damn good point right there. Nobody's gonna want Frank as a damn head coach anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, good point, RJ. Fuck.
That I say he's not a good head coach, but he's most definitely a good offensive coordinator. You know, so.
Damn, that's a damn good point. And he has a. You might have sold me on that right there, sir.
Yeah, I'm cool with Frank Reich being our OC because I know what he can bring if he just focuses on one side of the ball. But when he has to deal with the whole game, the whole team, then he's not good.
No Josh McDaniels. He's the same with Belichick. Outside of Tom Brady, he ain't been good with another QB.
That's what the Patriots need to go back and hire, though. I feel like he worked good with Belichick.
No, I think they just need to let that shit go.
Yeah. But I just feel like Tim Kelly. Let me see what Tim Kelly looks like when he has weapons in the offensive line, man. Because right now, I mean, we getting these games, and it's like all people are doing is blitzing their playbook and getting to the quarterback in 0.5 seconds, and it's like it don't matter what you call. You know what I'm saying? You call screen plays, but you can only screen people for so long. You know, so
yeah, true, touche. I mean, that is true, too. Kind of give them a fair evaluation chance because, I mean, this offensive line shit is fucking horrible.
Yeah, definitely. Yo, so how about the refereeing was absolutely garbage yesterday. I mean, they were calling some wild shit. Like, I'm at the game. I'm sitting up front, man, and I seen that one play where they was on 4th down and that receiver caught that ball, and it was like when he hit the ground, the ball clear as day hit the ground. We all in the crowd saying, "Oh yeah, we finna get the ball back." You know, it's 4th down, it's a drop. And the ref comes out there and says, "Well, the play stands." Carolina ball. I was like, "What the fuck?" This was all
bro. On TV, they try to push like, well, it's not a definitive. You can't really see it. Motherfucker, I can see the ball move. Just because you're like, well, I can't for sure tell. You could tell that the ball was here. And then when the next frame, there's something in his stomach that wasn't in his stomach the frame before. That's the football. It's touching the ground. He cradled that shit.
Yo,
So
like
I,
I, yeah,
bro,
Portland said this shit. Like, bro, they definitely were trying to keep them in the game because even in that, you remember that one play? It was like 3rd and 2, and like dude ran all the way to the line and then ran through the line, and they called false start on us. I said, how? I'm like, how was that a false start on us? How did we false start? Like, there's no way. Yeah, and
bro,
then we should have been easy first down.
and it's crazy too the fact that like they was calling certain things, and this game wasn't even promoted or pushed heavy. Like when was the last time you see number one pick go and play another what was supposed to be a top 10 QB play
Mhm.
each other in the NFL ain't boosting the fuck out of these young QBs. They wasn't trying to talk about this shit at all. But
Yeah.
watch here a few years to come, they ain't gonna be able to stop talking about us.
Hey, so I say this though, so what you think about that hit on Tajay Spears, man? That wound up picking up the flag for. We didn't get a flag for that. It's crazy. They threw the flag and didn't even get nothing for that.
Okay, in my honest opinion, bruh, I think that's a clean hit. He led with
What?
shoulder. It wasn't helmet to helmet in replay on that. I think that's a bat. That's like a bang bang. That's what I expect. As soon as that ball sit there, I want you to be right in his chest. Right, we can't hit in the head and neck area no more. But as soon as that ball makes contact with that receiver, I want you in his chest. I want you there. And he was there. It was really, really close. A really old, like a hit from football that I'm used to seeing. I just feel like Will Levis put him out there to hang out to dry for a little bit. As a QB, you should know you shouldn't put your wide receiver in that position because you just as a DB, you know you gotta see that and be licking your chops like I can't believe he threw that. I can't
I
believe
didn't
he
get a
just let
chance
me
to
do
really.
this.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead. No, I
Yeah.
was about to say, I didn't get a chance to really see the replay on it because I was at the game and I was already like, oh yeah, we finna get a flag, and I was talking to my homeboys. But at the same time, like I agree with what Cortland saying. Even though it might have been a clean hit, it's a defensive receiver, bro. Like he didn't know that hit was coming. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just smack somebody like that on defensive receiver. So
But what classifies as a defensive receiver? Because I have an issue with that. Because if you're on the field, how are you defenseless as a receiver? And I get okay, I get it when you're in the air. I get that. I get that as one. But like if he's there and he's waiting for the ball, like that's kind of some of your surroundings to know that somebody's coming to hit you. The ball's coming your way, right? So what is the real line of what's a defenseless wide receiver?
mhm. It's just more so like if I had the actual rule book in front of me, I could explain what a defensive wide receiver is.
I'm gonna have to go
But
check it out.
yeah, it's just more something that we're just gonna have to go Google real fast and pull up. But I just say this though, man. Like it was just a lot of egregious calls, man. That because my thing is they threw the flag for it and then they picked it up, and it's like, damn, if you're gonna throw the flag for it, then what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like you might as well just go ahead and keep it and keep
But
it.
But all right, now, bro, what's crazy about this too is on TV when you're watching it, that ref's throwing that flag before Tajay gets hit. They was trying to call another pick on D Hop. That's where the flag was going, was for the pick on D Hop, not for that hit, because that ref was pulling flag out and throwing that bitch before Tajay even got hit.
So if it says if the player is incapable of avoiding or warding off the impeding contact of an opponent, he is a defensive receiver. And so, in my
Then
opinion,
in
that's a defensive receiver.
yeah, by that definition in that situation, then I would say yeah, that's a defenseless wide receiver because he's going to catch. There's no way for him to brace for impact in that situation.
See, like it wasn't necessary the actual hit. Like people, I'm not saying that it was targeting. I was saying that they should have called necessary roughness because he was defenseless. He didn't like there was no way he could have braced for that hit. You know, and
Yeah,
that's the only thing. But old school football, oh yeah, that's good. All that's all they doing.
yeah,
Ray Lewis, he made a living off of that, knocking a
yeah. So
block off people.
yeah, so no, if that's the definition of it, then yeah, by definition, that's a defenseless wide receiver right there. He's going to catch. He can't brace for impact. He can't try to
Mhm,
lean in and truck or anything like that. He's just got to absorb that hit. So then, yeah, that situation should have been.
mhm. Most definitely, most definitely. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That one, I think I'm gonna come back to that comment that Cortland said. He said that the holding call on S&B, that was that one where Bryce Young only threw the ball like 5 yards and and it hit the turf, and it was like the receiver but put his hand up, and it was like, and then I was like, okay, well, this third down, you know, say it's a stop. Next, I see the flag come out late, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like,
bro,
yo, they were calling,
that
they were throwing some wild shit yesterday, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
that shit too, them late ass flags that kept coming late as fuck for no reason. That feels like, hey, like I know y'all know, well, the NFL's like, oh, we're not scripted and we're not rigging games. Well, damn it, when it takes that long for you to throw a flag, it sure feels like the New York called in. It's like, hey, throw a flag real quick. We're gonna say this. We spot something on film you could technically call, and that's what it feels like when that shit happens. Like you need to call that shit in a moment, or let it go. Or if you're gonna start doing those late flag shit, then you need to start making it to where coaches can challenge to get flags instated or taken away too when y'all make bullshit ass calls. If y'all's gonna be able to wait till the last second to make flags, you need to let that shit be two way and let coaches too.
I look at it like this, man. You could tell that it just felt like the league wanted people to keep viewing this game, because we would have just started beating the hell out of them. Then it would have been, you know what I'm saying, the viewership would have went down for this game outside of Titan fans. And, you know, our market already trash, so if they could at least get a good game and a good ending, then they would have been like, yeah, you know, yeah, it was a good game. You know, we got the money that we needed for this game and move on. You know what I'm saying? It was a money grab. You could just kind of tell, in my opinion. So,
Bruh, it was bad. The announcers, bro, it's so bad when you watch a Tennessee Titans game and you see these fucking announcers that they put in the booth, and you're like, I've never heard you call a game in my life, but I guess it's Tennessee that you get to call the first time. It's like shit.
most definitely. But yeah. So how are you feeling about the Colts next week? Man, you don't have to bring out no predictions or anything. Just, you know, tell me what you got going on through your head today.
Okay, multiple things. All right, but very quick. Like, all right, team kind of worries me because they've been figuring out how to win with Gardner Minshew, which is fucking crazy. I don't understand that shit, because I look at their team, and you're not using your best running back like people thought you would, and your offense is still thriving. One of your best defensive players just left, and you're still thriving. I'm so fucking confused by them. And then the other part is your GM is a fucking nutcase going out here doing all types of random ass shit, looking like a damn influencer doing anything for the gram just for clicks and likes and shit. Bro, I don't know what to make of this fucking team. I've never seen somebody have such a dysfunctional ownership and yet still go win fucking games, bro.
Yeah, I don't get how you do it either. Now, I'm just at the point, man. Look, I just want it to be a good game, man. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna beat the Colts, but, like, you know, I'll do a little bit more research. You know, go back and watch the last game. But I know one thing for sure: Zach Moss not getting no 150 on us, bro. I'm sorry, they about to shut that shit down. They ain't doing all that to us. Now they home, bro. But I will say this though, man, the Colts are a very tough team in the trenches, man. The trenches are why they're winning, like they're winning, man. They have 3 really, really good offensive linemen, probably 3 or 4 good offensive linemen. And they've been using them, man. And, you know, they get to the quarterback too with DeForest Buckner and all of them too. So we'll see. Their secondary is absolute shit though, bro. That's the only thing about the Colts, man. It's hard to really attack their secondary because their pass rush gets to you so fast. So yeah,
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I just know we're home, so that gives me a little bit more optimistic about it, or optimism about it. But yeah, bro, I don't know. We just ain't been performing well this year at all for first team games we should be performing well against. So I don't know. I just don't know what to make of what's coming up. I'm about to be doing a bunch of diving and studying, looking at some film for show Friday, but yeah, not feeling too well about it, man. We'll see.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, we'll probably go ahead and wrap this thing up, man. It was good talking about the recap, you know. And we'll be back here on Friday at 7. If you want to, guess you want to close out with the sponsor or whatever, Firestone.
Yes, absolutely. So again, this episode was brought to you by LionsDenBeardCollection.com. Get all the luxurious beard items that you need, the oils, the balms, the regrowth that you might, or the growth formula that you might need to help you start growing your beard as well, combs, brushes, all that stuff they got you. And they just dropped their Lioness collection with the lip gloss and some more stuff coming for the ladies as well. So go to LionsDenBeardCollection.com, use promo code Colosseum and get 25% off your order. And yeah, bro, we'll be here Friday. Man, we're gonna talk about the Colts stuff. Y'all come join us on Facebook as well. In our post, we will be posting more on Facebook and asking more questions that we want to hear from y'all and hear y'all's input. Y'all's input's very important to us, so we want to start engaging with y'all more. And Facebook's a way that we can create posts and y'all can engage with us more, comment, and let us know what y'all's thinking in between shows. So make sure y'all come over to Facebook and join us in there as well.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. We're gonna close this thing out, man, with a big tighten up. You know what time it is, baby.